All right. I honestly, I wish I would have made a documentary just based on. Okay, so I made this video already. I made this video about 2 weeks ago, and no matter what I did, no matter how I edited, no matter how I flipped it around, no matter what I did to try to make the video work, it wouldn't finalize. It wouldn't finish in the program I use when I edit my videos. I tried to do it, and I think same problem in other programs. And I'm like, what is the issue? What is it about these specific? No matter what I did, and what's weird is the amount of distractions and just things that happen for no reason. If I would have made a documentary on it, you guys would have probably been laughing halfway through it, like, yo, this shit's comical at this point. This shit, there's something. Anyways, I don't want to get too crazy, but well, anyways, in this fucking reality, good luck. But anyways, so this is a video of how I cured my traumas. Now, are they cured 100%? No, but I'd say they're cured like 95%. Like, and it really wasn't that difficult. Okay, so what I did, and again with this one, guys, this one for some reason my camera never had an issue with it before, but on this video specifically, as I'm trying, just anyways, I don't want to get into it, but so many things happened that just made no sense electronically. Right now, even the video that I see the thing in the background is glitching and it's just like really there is something going on in this reality that's unexplainable. But anyways, so here's what I did. There are certain scenarios in my life that if I try to talk about them, actually, there's one I could talk about in this video that I have talked about before. And the proof is in the video that if I even started to talk about when I was a child, my brother Tom took a beating in front of me that was very severe, very violent. There were other people there, so it was also kind of humiliating. It's weird because when you're an abused kid, it's okay for you guys to all see the abuse, but when your buddies see it, you get embarrassed. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? But anyways, there was other kids there. I would have already been full blown crying by this point. This beating had a very bad effect on me. Actually, this is where a demon attached to me, I think, or what I would call a demon, probably a disembodied spirit. But anyways, by even bringing it up, I would have started. So I'm pretty much past it. Now, how I got to that point, that's the important part. Now, everybody in your life is going to tell you, and they've been telling you since you were a little baby, quit daydreaming, boy. Quit looking out the window and what are you counting stars? What are you, an imagination person? What are you imagining things? Boy, get that out of you. Go over there and work your fingers to the bone. This is a physical reality. Don't stay in the imagination. Intuitively, as a child, before you were indoctrinated and fucked up by this realm, you knew damn well how powerful your fucking imagination was. Before it was worked out of you. Uh, our elders were not intelligent. It's like we were brought up by a bunch of dumb ape monkeys and expected to be something special in this realm. These people didn't know their asses from their elbows. They did the best they could. They did the best they could with the hand they were dealt, with the environment they were forced into. But if someone teaches you some dumb shit, you don't take it to the grave with you. You acknowledge it as some dumb shit. And working your imagination out of you was some dumb shit. Because if imagination is so stupid and silly, how did it cure my traumas then? If it's so silly and stupid, how did it fix me? I just wanted to get that off my chest first because we're in a reality that takes a chisel and a pick and fucking just goes a chisel and hammer and just picks at your fucking your true essence. Like this whole reality is built around destroying the spirit. It's just, anyways. I don't know why God put us in this hell realm, or why we chose to come into this hell realm. Yeah, give me amnesia, so I forgot that I chose to go to hell. That makes a lot of sense. But anyways, so I relived these moments in my mind. That means I visualized them. I'm pretty good at visualizing even when my eyes are open. Like I don't have to be in my eyes. I can sort of visualize even when my eyes are open. But if you need to close your eyes, you can close your eyes and visualize. I think in this case, actually, I did close my eyes when I visualized, but I was reliving the moments. I was there again during the beatings, except between every attack that damaged my brother, I was there. I was, my shoulder was in between them, my thigh was in between them, or like between like his head in the car or whatever. Like I put my leg between his head and the car to protect him from the blow, or I put my leg between the kick and the back of the legs, everything. I protected him through the whole thing. I was there in spirit. Um, and what's interesting is that I did this and it helped me, you could say 50%. But then I would relive the memories and it would still bother me. And I realized I didn't do enough. So I had to go back into the memory again in my imagination and walk over to the little boy that I was and hold his hand and just tell him everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. He doesn't deserve this. You don't deserve this. Everything's going to be fine. When my dog Marley died, I left the memory in the physical realm and it tormented me every time I thought about it. I couldn't, by this point, I would have already been full blown crying because I'm already in the memory when they were putting her down right while I was holding her in my arms. Um, but I relived the memory in spirit. In my imagination, I was in the room, I was there in spirit. And the second that her spirit left her body, I told her spirit to come on, come, pretty girl. And she left there with me. She got my car with me and followed me home. And that spirit was attached to my physical body. And I left that memory. So now when it's weird because the brain goes back to the last memory you had. So now when I remember that beating that it's like I didn't forget it. But when I remember that beating or that traumatizing memory, I remember the last way I remembered it. So I remember the version of it where I was protecting him, and he was safe. So this helps. And I don't want to get too crazy, but when I actually started practicing this, there were a lot of blows softened in my life. uh, like people talk about their higher selves like it's this thing, this spiritual grandiose thing. They don't realize that's them right now. Your higher self to you when you were a child is you now. Sorry. A lot of those blows were softened, and I didn't. And what's weird is I knew that as a kid. That shot sort of was stopped. That's weird, guys. None of that actually makes sense. I don't know why I got so damn emotional about that because I'm actually past the memories that were supposed to make me emotional. Uh, but then the fact that I realized later on that maybe, or in hindsight, you could say that maybe a lot of those blows felt softened because I was there in spirit or intention. Maybe we are multidimensional beings. We just don't realize it yet. I don't know why that bothered me so much, honestly, because when I realized it, I was actually very happy. It put me in a great, like positive mood. I didn't cry about it. It actually made me very happy. So it was interesting to me that that made me get so emotional. Um, but yeah, I know that sounds crazy, guys, but if you were ever taking a beating and things just didn't make sense, like you've seen how like hard you were getting hit, uh, but it was almost like something was just like there, like you were extra tough in that moment, like you took the hit as if it didn't have the effect on you. Uh, if that happened to you before, you, if you haven't done it yet, may be the one responsible for that. So I would say if you've had traumatic moments, even if it's just to sit bedside to the child while while the trauma is happening and reassure the child that it's not their fault. They don't deserve it. These people are bad people. You don't deserve that. You didn't do anything wrong. This is not your fault. If that's all you do in the thought, that's all you do. If that's all you can do. If the child's taking a beating, visualize yourself protecting them. If the child's being harmed, walk them through it in your mind. And it will have an effect on your whole life. And again, if you want to get real cray-cray with it, if you do it enough, you'll realize I am having an actual real-world effect, and it transcends time. So yeah, work that imagination thing out of people. You demons. Work the imagination out of people so that they lose all their power. You fucking demons. I hate you all so bad. I would like to imagine them with their hearts stopped. No, you know what? I don't even want to give them that. I actually forgive them. And the next time I pray, it's not going to be for me and my family. It's actually going to be for them and their families. The next time I pray, I'm going to pray for the devil because I think he needs it more than anybody. Instead of hating evil, I'm going to start praying for them. I hope you guys find peace and harmony. I hope you find love in your life. I hope you find contentment. I don't know why evil does what it does. I have no idea. It's something I can't grasp, comprehend. Are we half meat monkey creature and we're just sort of driven by NPC type desires or trait? I just don't understand evil. I don't understand evil. I don't understand why people have those types of urges in them. I don't understand. I don't understand power hungry people. I don't understand just any of it. None of it ever. The system of reality is all a joke to me. It's almost like a cartoon, very badly scripted cartoon. I just don't see too much love in life. I don't see too much love in life. I don't see people wearing their hearts on their sleeves. I see damaged people trying to tough it out. That's what I see. I see. Am I too close, guys? Sometimes I fucking get like. I see a bunch of damaged people coping and trying to tough it out and be manly and get through this bizarre Twilight Zone reality we call life. Maybe I should imagine myself standing near them and forgiving them and praying for them in those moments when they were being nasty, evil people. Does my imagination have an effect on reality that way? Or is it only with my body and my mind, my world? Can I affect the outside world? I don't think I can. I would have to, I think I would have to, with my power of manifestation, overpower their power of manifestation. And the only way that would be possible would be in numbers. And they may have us outnumbered. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how many of them there are. I know there's a lot more than people realize. What is them? I don't know. People that get into dark, evil desires. Who's them? Them is probably George Bush, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, but any politician probably. They're all part of WWF, WCW, whatever you want to call it. They're the circus show of stagnation going nowhere, where politicians end up with bank accounts that supersede the amount of money they're supposed to make every year by fucking 100,000 fold. It's just like, I wonder if I could relive because I get visual imagery of these people's faces in my mind, almost like taunting me and laughing at me. It's like the mind virus, right? Like it's a mind virus working on me. It's like, should I give them hugs in my mind while they're laughing demonically at me, poking at me? Do I have to be in an endless state of forgiveness when it comes to evil? Because they just stay being evil. And I don't think I'll ever be okay with evil being evil. I just don't see that happening. I'm not going to go through some weird transition of non duality and there is no such thing as evil. It's like, bro, holy fucking shit. If that's where you end up, then you could say, from a third person perspective, this person's advanced spiritually. From a third person perspective, you would say this person's gone into complete full delusion. They're so coping with the prison cell that they know exists that they've chosen to live in a delusional reality. I could never do that. There's absolutely a difference between good and evil. And the main difference between good and evil isn't in the action, it's in the necessariness of it. Evil's never necessary. Evil's always just feeding into some sick fuck's desire for power or money or control or whatever. Evil's always just feeding into some sick fuck's desire. That's the real difference between good and evil. When somebody's being good, in a way you could say it's feeding into their desires, because I'm sure they desire to be good. But it don't ever affect nobody in a negative way. Evil affects somebody else in a negative way. If you're being evil to yourself, have at it, you fucking dumb dodo bird. But the second that your evil desire negatively impacts the lives of other individuals, you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line, and you know you've crossed the line. And I think even total narcissists know they've crossed the line when they've crossed the line. I don't think that they're just aloof to their evilness. They know damn well when they've crossed the line. They just don't give a fuck. I think that there should be some sort of there should be a brain test to test if people are empathetic or narcissistic. Hell, if there was a helmet you could put on a test to see if somebody was an empath or a narcissist, you might find every single fucking politician that ever lived is a goddamn narcissist. You'd be hard pressed to find one that actually feels emotions, I guarantee you. They don't do that though. We don't run tests like that. We don't actually run tests on our leaders. They aren't leaders to me. I just don't know what other word to use to describe them. That's just the way that I can describe so people can understand. They're not leaders. There's power in the word leader in my fucking reality, and you guys ain't that. You guys are bottom feeder, little low sucker fish. I shouldn't call them sucker fish. Sucker fishes are amazing. They're fucking cool. You things are lower than dog shit. I don't know what to call you. Demons is the best word I can come up with to describe your low level fucking entities. It's a demon. You guys are just evil and disgusting. I hate everything about you. I hope you guys get tormented. Like I'm supposed to be this loving being all the time. It's like, no, enough's enough. If I have to start forgiving evil while it's stabbing me in my gut, I forgive you. I don't want to forgive evil anymore. If that's the level I have to go to for evil, I don't want to forgive them anymore. Do you understand? It's like it gets to the point. It's like enough's enough. Are we ever going to do anything in this reality? Wait, this was about removing traumas, wasn't it? This was my trauma video, and I'm sitting here ranting about evil. Well, I like some of my rant videos. Some people like them, so whatever, it happens. But yeah, try that, guys. See if that helps you. Relive the most damaging moments in your life, in your mind, in your imagination, with your eyes closed, sitting on the side of your bed. If you do start having an emotional reaction to that, that's fine. But I've sort of learned being stoic in spirit matters. And that's the best way I could describe it. Being stoic in spirit matters when you're trying to console an abused child, we'll say. You can't be sitting there crying too. And I not that you can't, you can. I did do that actually, probably a couple of times, but I've noticed if I'm strong for the child, and if I come off like a very powerful entity, it has a different effect. But So try to remain stoic. I know that that's difficult with traumatic experiences. Relive them in your mind, in spirit. Be present in the moment. Know that you're there, not physically, but you're there in spirit. If you're remembering it, you have a connection to these people, to these things. Um, but anyways, relive them. Protect the child that you were. Console the child that you were. Make them okay. And it's never going to be 100% okay. If you're getting beaten or worse, uh, you're not going to. How can you tell the child that's okay? That's not okay. And you can tell that to the child. What's happening is not okay. It's not your fault. And it's okay for you to feel bad about it. Um, but I will protect you through this scenario and do what you can to protect them. In my case, it was blocking blows. It was absorbing damage so that the children or child did not have to. In my case, a way for me to let go of my dead dog was to bring her with me in spirit. And again, if that's, oh, well, Chris, you're being delusional. I didn't say this is the best way to get rid of traumas and remain practical. I said this is the best way to get rid of traumas for me personally, to relive the traumas and repair the situation the best way that I can. And remember, you can do anything in spirit. You can do anything you can imagine. So you don't just have to be holding the child's hand. You don't just have to be blocking the blows with your spiritual leg. I did that for me because my spirit is steel on the inside. There's nothing that can penetrate. I just have this weird belief. It's a personal thing, but you could be casting healing spells or casting a golden light energy onto the child while they're being abused to heal them. You could put a barrier in between the abuse and the child as a force field. You can do anything you can imagine. So protect that child. Make sure they're okay. Uh, I hope this works for you guys. Let me know if this helped you guys. That would mean a lot to me. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.